Greg had a thing. You got a thing. I got a thing. We all got things.
Yeah, you're sleeping.
That's.
You sound asleep.
Yeah. Get halfway up. Get a little. Give me a.
Yeah.
No.
Give me
you
2 o'clock.
wanted this.
No, I didn't say
We
lay
did
down
not
the
want
couch.
this.
I meant lay down the way
You
you're
get
gonna
the
lay down.
surfboard.
The surfboard.
Man, we need a podcast partner.
I'm up,
Yeah.
man. I'm here.
You're
Not
not
just
up.
like a
I'm here.
napping pet.
How was Buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo is great. Yeah, Buffalo's awesome. Especially right now, it's beautiful.
Nice.
And man, it's so funny how much civic pride.
Oh, do you have to sit up to look at us?
This is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell.
This is going to be action packed. What
Okay.
I'm saying. They got Buffalo. I think maybe Pittsburgh is the only other city I can think of that has this much civic pride, where you can be a store that only sells Buffalo stuff.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, they don't really get a lot of tourists.
Right.
And
Yeah.
thrive.
Right.
And you can open up multiple stores.
Yeah.
People that are from there love being there, and everyone is wearing Bills shit so far removed from the beginning of football season.
Yeah.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because like I imagine the Jersey Shore, people are buying shirts that say the Jersey Shore, but like you're on vacation, like Annapolis.
Of course.
Like there's 10 stores that just sell Annapolis crap, but it's a tourist destination. Like
So it's not great up there, right?
Buffalo?
Buffalo kind of sucks, if I'm being honest with you.
I thought so.
Hit or miss.
Yeah.
But if you know where you're going, Buffalo's a great town.
I mean, all towns are great towns. You know, I mean, people are happy in prison, but like, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah, that's it.
it's not really. It's pretty gray.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. Everyone's got a thing going on.
Well, what are their things that
It's
they
one of
got
those towns
going
where
on?
everyone looks like a meth head, and you
Jesus,
don't
man.
necessarily know if they're on meth. But it's like, oh, you all got meth skin.
They got rough skin.
They got rough skin.
Yeah.
These are harsh winters.
Yeah.
Remember Vermont?
These whipping winds
Yes.
create rough skin. Because I think the wind permeates your skin to such a degree you have to build a thick layer to deal with the wind and the cold.
Remember
So
the-
I think yes, I do remember. Vermont.
Sorry.
No.
The
you don't-
broad-shouldered women in Vermont.
Yeah, but yes,
Similar.
So they got that going on, but this is why there's good people there because
Yeah.
they know how to look on the bright. You know, they know how to extract the good from any situation.
Well, there's good people everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they should put those good people on a bus.
Send them somewhere good.
Send them to Miami, man.
no,
They should
'cause
do an
it's too
exchange
good.
program between Miami and Buffalo so everybody could get a little taste of what
Yeah,
they're missing.
they'd
That's a
enjoy
great
it.
idea.
Yeah.
But it's too good in Miami. You ever go to Miami? Everyone's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that
a
sucks.
founder. Okay. Of what?
Everyone in Miami is making money, but nobody's working.
Yeah.
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 And not everyone's dealing drugs, so which is even weirder.
No,
Right.
right. If it was drugs, it would make more sense. And I'm sure a lot of it is drugs, but some of it's not.
Yes.
Some of it's vibes.
Vibes.
People are
Vibes.
selling vibes in the fucking
People are
Miami,
selling
in the zone. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. You were going to talk. I was going to listen.
Oh, I was going to talk about how I hate my apartment.
This is so
That's
cheeky. This hand on the fist.
Man, I hate my apartment. We hate where we live. We've come to fully decide that
Oh,
we hate.
no.
We hate
Oh
it.
no, your house?
Yeah, we hate living there. My landlord, first of all, he got me, so I got to mow the lawn.
No.
I know, but he's got me. I said, all right. So
That's
then
not your place. He's got to mow
Right.
the lawn. He owns a spot.
no, I know,
Or
but it's in
knock
the-
some money off the rent.
He put it in the rent discount. Where I think with the rent, I think rent is a little bit cheaper. He was going to raise the rent if we have to shovel and we have to mow the lawn. I mean, we have to do a lot.
Shovel?
Yeah, I have to do both.
No.
So anyway, he drops off a lawnmower yesterday. The thing's not put together. So I said, Dan, you got to put this thing together. I'm not your mechanic. I'll mow
Right.
the fucking lawn. And then he puts seeds down. He wants me to water the lawn 3 times a week now. I said, none of this is
No.
happening. I got kids, you fucking dickhead. Anyway,
No, this sucks.
where
He
are
gave
you?
you the parts?
What?
He gave you
He
just...
gave me a box full of lawnmower parts.
They just like leave it in the
It
yard.
did. I started shaking it around. I'm like, this is an erector set. I'm not putting this together. You're putting this together. And so I texted him. He hasn't responded. I just wrote back, you're putting this thing together. End the story.
Yeah, of course.
If you took the bad landlord out of it as a place to live, still hate it?
Yeah, because I live on kind of a busy street. And you know when you're on
That's
the road.
tough with kids and
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah, Greg lives on like a 4-lane highway. It is wild.
Yeah. You know when you're on the road and like they give you a hotel.
He's like
not
a Claire's.
Yes.
near the club.
Yes.
That's
yes.
where I live now. I live in a place where everything is. I got to cross a highway. To get to the fucking bagel place.
Yep.
Where Greg lives, it's like doing a weekend at a Comedy Zone.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're a Holiday Inn on 95.
It's crazy his neighbors aren't a Panera Bread.
I'm gonna walk through an industrial park just to get a sandwich.
Oh,
Still not happy.
the sex doll graveyard.
What?
Never mind.
Oh no! Well, there is a
Your haunted past.
Yeah.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. But through this, I walked through this building area, and they got a shady hand job place there for sure.
Oh yeah,
I saw.
I'm
it.
sure.
It's like everyone here's in their office doctors, but then there's one shady hand job place, and I went, yeah, I know what's happening here. I know what you people are up to.
Yeah, you know.
But I'm broke, so I can't even go in.
Hey man, we're hoping you get back on your feet so you can
money.
get those hand jobs.
Yeah.
I wonder if legitimate.
Sorry, you know what they say? It's like, well, you could just get a hand job at home. The hand job at home, and it's just a picture of my wife, and she's like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to.
I got this Timo hand job at home.
hand job. Just a photo of someone else
My
getting
loving
one.
wife.
Wait, so you're saying it's funny that a hand like a jerk off joint would have sort of like pamphlets swaying you to go get your hand jobs there and not at home.
Premium hand jobs.
Right.
They don't do that enough. They're like, we do it way better than everyone else.
Right.
We got the fans' hands in the left, you know?
We've got we moisturize our hands. We're doing special gloves. Your wife is tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's been cooking.
She's picking up the kids. You don't want some kid residue now on your dick.
They should do a whole experience.
Kid residue comes out of your dick.
That's an inside thing. That's not to be out there.
Yeah. They should do a whole experience thing where they're like, we don't just hand job you. We turn the lights low. It's a massage. Like they should be like, it's the full massage. We just massage that place for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Until it feels a little bit better.
I mean, I think, and this will probably be the lengthiest conversation we've ever had.
Right.
On this podcast.
All right.
We'll really dive deep into this. This will be like a Seth Meyers thing.
Seth Meyers?
He does deep dives.
dives.
He does? Oh, I only watched the
Closer look.
clips.
Greg only watches Gutfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best ones. I would.
What are the best ones?
The best ones would be the ones that you're like, it's like a surprise. It's like you stumble upon it. Here's what
I have no idea what he's talking
this
about.
conversation. He's in the middle.
He's in the middle. He's in the middle. He said it's the longest conversation we're going to have. Starts halfway
He's
through.
gaslighting us.
Yes.
That's a gaslight, and
I'm
I'm
with
starting
you.
to call it out now.
I'm Team Greg today.
This isn't gaslighting. This is bad storytelling. It's not gaslighting.
We turned on after like commercial.
You're gaslighting what I'm doing right now. I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing.
I need a previously on for what you think has happened.
Lazily walking through this half an idea, and I'm not sure where it's connected just yet. But what I'm saying, now I've been so thrown off course.
We were talking about hand job places?
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, I know. Why weren't we? We were. This is the longest conversation we've ever had, you said.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're too laid down.
He's too tired.
You've done this. You asked for this.
I did not ask for
We
this.
didn't ask for this. We explicitly
You
did
both
not.
demanded I lay down.
We
and
thought you'd be
No.
laying this way on the seat, like
this.
I told you to sit the way
Yeah,
you
like
normally
that.
sit.
Yeah,
but
like
in this,
that.
in this seat.
yeah,
like this.
aerobics
No,
position.
not
Lively wants it this
not
way.
too drunk dad. I gotta stay downstairs.
Kids.
Sorry, I can't play with you, Calvin. I'm not doing that.
There's Cheetos in the fridge. I don't know why, but I think they're better cold.
Calvin, real quick, a quick aside, because I told you guys off. I told Anthony off air. I took an edible on like Thursday, and then I was high for 3 days. There was something wrong with the edible. I don't know. So I was like this on the couch. I was just laying down, and Calvin was like, "Dad, I want to play." And I took the ball because what you do, you just try to play catch.
Yeah.
You throw it and run it, but I threw it, hit him right in the face, and he went, "Why, Dad? Why?" Like he was like intellectually like, "Why?
Why would you do this
Why
to
is
me?
that? I know you wouldn't. So what's the game? Why would you do this? Why'd you throw that in my face?" And I was like, I'm too high and I'm too tired. So you got to go down, brother.
Calvin is going to dissect his bullies to the point where they walk away and they're like, I guess my dad doesn't love me. Do you know what I mean? He's really going to bring up stuff within them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they're going to be like, oh, it's not you I want to hit.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to philosophy them.
Yeah, he's going
Or
to...
not philosophy them.
Yeah.
Therapy them.
Yeah, he's
All right.
going to
Yeah,
therapy. Calvin going to be therapizing
Why are
a
you
lot of
hitting
kids.
me? Who you want to hit is the person who hit your mother. Not even your mother. Let her go. Let her go.
Learned behavior.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have no idea what you were talking about, right?
I know I was
Hand job
talking
places.
about hand job places.
But were you trying to say that like it'd be better if it's surprise good when you think it's going to be bad? Is that what you were trying to say?
No.
Okay.
Here's what I
don't know why I would guess what you were trying to say. You would give us no context clues.
Hey man, you're that dog. You're a dog that's not too far from the bone.
All right. We'll take it. I'll give it to
Let
him.
it roll. Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
can
let that
have
slide.
it. You can have that
Also,
one.
can I mention this?
The judges aren't calling.
I can't hear you
No, he's
over the
laying on his
noise of the
belly.
couch.
Do dogs have favorite bones?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Why
Like-
did you have to roll on your belly to say that not really deep of a thing?
This is interesting. This is very interesting.
It's like we fell asleep and you said, I got one more question for the sleepover.
Before I nod off,
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys with this. Do they like a femur more than they do a rib?
I think it depends on the size of the dog.
I want to punch you. I don't know why, but I want to give you a good slug.
Why?
I don't know. Because that question made me mad.
Oh,
Do
I
they like
liked
a
it.
rub or a femur? They don't know. They don't care.
I think a bigger dog wants a bigger bone, and a smaller
maybe
dog
you're
might
right. I
want a
retract
smaller
my
bone.
assault charges.
That's
Or,
my
yeah,
theory.
Yeah, the same way, we like a prime rib more so than I don't know, some other cut.
right.
I think they'd rather have
That's what I
food
mean.
than a bone.
Filet mignon, yeah.
Sure, they would like a food than a bone. Yeah, of course. I do love that a dog will go, if the meat's all gone, I'll do the bone.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I see,
I'm
that's a
curious
kind of a
what
cool
they
thing.
get out of it.
Yeah, the bone?
They just
Yeah.
like to chew and it sharpens their teeth. It's good for like brushing their teeth.
Oh.
I think.
right.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Humans used to eat bone marrow. I learned that from the ones.
still
before.
do.
eat it?
Well, I guess we still do.
Right?
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
used to have
Places.
to wait for all the animals to be gone, and then we would grab the bones,
Oh.
break them, and drink the marrow because we were not very strong. We learned that from the book we read, Specimen.
Sapiens. I'll say I'm reading this book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in here that they've never mentioned what you've mentioned. I think the audio book is different. Either you've read a different book because I've been waiting on a lot of the facts that you've dropped because
Yeah?
I think they're interesting. They've never come.
No,
I'm
you just forgot them because they're all in the first chapter. Because they're very early on. Because it takes me a very long time to get through books.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you still hanging out in
No,
chapter one?
That's like chapter one shit, man. When he talks about when we were scavengers, we didn't even get to the textile age yet.
Yeah, no, I'm on the Industrial Revolution. I think there's just been so many facts. that
Yeah.
I'm done with them. Now I'm just getting through this thing for the sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. No retention whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's a good way to approach reading.
Yeah.
Definitely worth reading.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
spend time.
I read it. What'd you learn? Nothing.
I learned that I could do it.
Yeah.
Also, you're not even reading.
Yeah.
You're listening.
I know. Oh.
How was the book? The book didn't win. That's what I always say. The book thought he could
I
beat
beat
me.
it.
Beat that goddamn book.
Yeah. I collapsed at the end and I don't remember any of it. That fucking book lost.
It's how it feels.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was saying this with the hand jobs, with these places.
I can't believe we're still on this.
He never got to it. He never got to anywhere. This is why I want to punch him. And everyone looks at me like I'm crazy. Not like
I
a
would do
hurtful
this
one.
for you because
What?
I could take a punch. I would do that for you. You could punch me.
I don't want to punch you.
Yeah,
I want to punch
I-
my career.
Sure.
Oh, well.
Well, I
same.
think I am representative of your career.
No,
No.
you're not representing my career. You know who's representing my career.
Who?
Oh, I love to. I wish he wasn't so. I'd love to.
Why? You could still hit him.
I'd love to choke him to death.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Probably
Let's
not.
cut
Probably not a cool thing to get on record.
Just in case someone does.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
You just-
it could be me.
Right.
I could very well see myself snapping on that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking knob.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hand job places. You have a place to improve them or what?
Yeah. What's going
yeah,
on?
well, I mean, I and I think this is a premium service, or maybe maybe some people like the dirtiness of I know exactly what I'm doing, which,
right?
Whatever. But the people that just go, they go, I really like you. I don't ever do this, but I really like you.
That's my move.
What?
Oh, like having that as like a little preamble.
Yes.
Where you're like,
Every stripper.
I'm
This is
special.
a real
It's like
place.
the stripper who's like, let's go on a date, but like not really.
Right.
But
Okay.
for hand jobs.
Yeah, no, I like a
Exactly.
person who gives you an emotional hand job. You come in, you sit down, they go, you're losing weight. You're losing a lot of weight. And I talked to your mother the other day, and she said she was proud of you. But she said, I'll never tell him. Don't tell him. I'll never tell him.
Yeah, they should work in conjunction with PIs to get quite a record on you.
Oh, yeah,
So
for
when you
a
go there-
psychological record.
Yeah, what is the bear of hand job places? Where that guy, where they're like, table 8 is a school teacher. He doesn't pay. They saved all their money.
Yes.
He's gonna say he wants to fuck the chicken, but we give him the real woman. He can afford the real woman. It's
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
And we've got a reviewer tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we need. The
Yeah.
guy goes back. They look you up.
They find out all your weaknesses and then don't exploit them, but use them for a better experience.
They definitely a hand job place should be singing your birthday when it's your birthday.
If you're at a hand job place on your birthday, man,
Can you
by yourself?
would
I mean, I
argue-
guess by yourself is better than with a group. I don't know.
Can you imagine being in one room and you hear over the birthday song while you're coming?
But that would make me be like, at least I'm not that guy.
Happy birthday, dear.
They
Shut
do-
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
They do that for the people that are listening.
Yeah.
There's no one in that room.
They come in with a cake.
Coming with a chocolate cake.
Then there's a bunch of people they're like clapping. It's like, don't do that. That's not
I
part of
don't
it.
know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. Someone here is getting old.
This man's cum is 18 years old.
His dick isn't small, it's kind of big. Sing him a birthday, nice and thick.
I was brought here on a rig.
Sleep in the basement.
Dark.
Yeah,
Oh, it got so dark at the end.
I know. It really, if we
And
could,
it didn't start super bright.
Yeah, there was really nowhere to go but the bowels of the earth
Yeah.
with that one.
so maybe I'll go to that strip place by my house and suggest they do birthdays.
Great
Do a
call.
birthday.
Yes.
Say, be like, hey, great for birthdays.
Can I give you guys a note?
You gotta
Give me a
do
note.
birthdays.
Yeah. I love that Casey said he's coming, and I think he just honest to God isn't coming. He's about 40 minutes late.
The essence of Casey's here.
Yeah. He was, I don't know. It's entirely, I don't know what time he thought this started.
Yeah.
I might have said 11:30 at the first time.
Casey's the kind of guy you go, I would imagine this happens all the time.
Yeah. If we
Yeah.
get him for the second one, that's
Is
great.
he a Lost in Space kind of guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was a together
Casey?
guy.
What?
I know Casey, but I'm not like super close with Casey.
Oh,
yeah, you guys
really?
are all, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
like, I've known him for a while, but it's
Fun,
all
goofy
like,
guy, but
yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah.
We've never had
Showing
the long
up.
talk.
He's like the world's tallest boy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's, I bet you the world's tallest boy is like, well, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm actually a boy.
My
now.
apologies to the world's
Yes,
tallest boy. I
yes.
didn't mean to offend you, Keith.
Imagine it sucks. You're the world's tallest boy, and then all of a sudden you're an adult and you have
Yeah.
nothing anymore.
Now you're just some
All your
man.
currency is nothing.
Yeah, now you're some man who gets asked all the time if you play professional basketball. Sucks.
Yeah.
It does suck.
Well, here's the thing. World's tallest boy, that's not that great because then everyone else hits puberty and everyone, the tall boys are always like the short men.
Yeah.
Because they just got tall fast.
Yeah.
Did you have that in your high school? Because we had that where
Have what?
Livy approaches every conversation with skepticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started talking and her face was like this.
I know.
She's already there.
Yeah.
No, we had a kid in our high school, in middle school even, who had a full goatee, who, an undoctored birth certificate. I checked
Yeah.
his birth certificate was legit.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Eric was
You
in my
bring that
grammar
around
school.
with him to Spanish class?
He had full hairy legs in grammar school.
Yeah, there were always a couple kids
you
who
have
were
that?
like way early on some of the like more physical puberty stuff where you're like, it's a man. And it's like, nope, he's 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I guess when everybody else catches up. I wonder, if you would feel. I guess it's twofold. You feel kind of special, but then you also feel a little alienated because you're the only one with a goatee at 13 years old, or
Right.
whatever.
And like, yeah, you do stand like nothing. You don't want to stand out for anything at 13. I want to be part of the group.
Yeah,
That's a
for
tough
sure.
age to be different in any way.
You know what's tough about being a parent out there? No one ever told me about this. Is how I just keep trying to shoehorn keeping him safe from pedophiles in.
You think about pedophiles more than
Get a child.
any
Get a child.
person.
Get a child. Say what you
I
want.
have lots of friends who are parents.
You don't have to
They
worry about
never bring it up.
They don't talk about it. They're not comedians, and they're not like me. They're not brave.
Okay.
But thanks, Allison, for.
No, I mean, I
Stepping all
imagine
over.
you would be afraid of that, but you just you
I talk about pedophiles.
you wear it
now.
on
We
your
talked about
sleeve
this last week. It's pedophiles
every week.
All right. You do the next one. Whatever you got. I'm not gonna talk about it.
No.
I'm not gonna talk about it. What do I do there?
I just wanted to comment on how often it comes up.
Yeah, as you do every week. I'm gonna start calling you the wet blanket because you just put the fire out. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look away.
I think that we should have places where you could go and scream and talk down and nobody bothers you. Because Talktown is a city, not unlike New York City, and like you could get away with a lot of stuff here. You could do a lot.
Definitely.
You could go yell at people, and
It's
everybody will.
loose ship.
It is a loose ship, and everybody will keep walking by, and but like. You know, you were saying you were in your car and you got stuck in LaGuardia traffic
Yes.
by accident because you were lost, and then it's like you were just screaming in your car. I want to be able to do that, like in my apartment, but you can't just like scream in your apartment and not have somebody be like, "Are you okay?" Like, or not ask if you're okay, and then you're like, "Oh, I guess if I get murdered, like nothing's gonna happen here." Like,
Yeah.
there's just not a lot of opportunity. Like, there are those rooms where you can like smash shit. We
Yeah.
need one for just yelling.
Totally.
Because
And
I want to yell full sentences of the things I'm angry at.
Right, and pointed.
Yes, very
The-
specific first and last names.
Right. Yeah, there should be soundproof room. I mean, man, boy, are those people double and triple checking that soundproof.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, there should definitely be that. There was
Like karaoke for screaming.
Yeah, because like I do a lot of private room karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can yell, but you can't, like, you can scream, like, in a song. You can't be, like, at the top of your lungs. Like, I hate my accountant. She thinks I'm stupid, but she's right. Like, you know.
It's so funny that split screen. Your accountant is in the other room. We're just like, why does she keep sending me so many emails? Just trust me, Allison.
Right.
Trust me.
Right. Or, you know, or whatever. I don't want to say, like, a real one because I'll use a first and last name of somebody we know or something. So.
Right. But yeah, they don't have that. And then they could have options too where you're just like, this is for weeping, this is for screaming, this is they only offer like, here's a mallet, break
Break
here's
a
a
computer.
mallet in an old car
Yeah.
or a computer or whatever. Yeah, they're not like, these are specific reactions. You know,
Yes.
this is the weeping area. Just like when you go to a spa, they're like, this is the charcoal sauna.
Yeah.
This is the wood sauna. This is the, Himalayan salt. They should have that for emotions.
Yes.
They should bring back phone booths. And then you just go in there at the end of the block and you can scream in it.
Yes.
You know, it makes sense. 'Cause
Yes.
That's what they used to be for. It's
true.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd scream in
If
them.
those were
remember.
soundproof, it wouldn't matter how much piss was in it. I would go in and scream at certain points in my life.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if this is a memory I have from watching movies of that era, or this is something I saw in real life. But you do miss, even if it's in a movie, I miss this in a movie. The businessman who's in a phone booth screaming.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, Superman would walk in to a completely glass cage and then walk out Superman, and people would be like, oh, I guess he walked in as Superman. Like,
Right,
it didn't even make
right.
it. Just because you could get dressed fast, you walk behind nothing. He walked behind nothing. It's 99% glass.
Right.
Yeah, people are like, oh man, I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
Then he walks out in that crazy ass costume.
Yeah.
And you go, oh man, this homelessness in the city has gotten out of control. Like, of course.
See, it doesn't make any sense. Just duck behind a car. It's better.
Duck behind the car.
So that would have also been a more interesting wrinkle. And I don't know the Superman universe as much as you both know it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But That would have been a much more fun added wrinkle in like he's got to find a car. You know what I mean? It would just been another like fun. He's got to find a fat man.
Right.
Yeah,
get behind,
right.
you know?
Different things of varying widths.
Yeah, he's like, oh, cool, new Jordans came out.
Yeah,
This is perfect.
Yeah.
And then he gets behind the line.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I will say there is this like common image of Superman running and ripping his shirt open.
Sure.
So like sometimes he's not using the phone booth. Sometimes he just rips his clothes off in the middle of the street.
Right, and then aren't people like, so it is Clark Kent.
So what the fuck? It doesn't matter. It's not even real. That's how you know I'm depressed. When I go, that's something I live. Don't even love. Not even real.
That is true. That is a telltale sign
Yeah.
of Greg depression when he doesn't want to carry on with a Superman conversation.
Yeah,
Fuck, man, I'm worried.
No. Yeah. So I had this idea for a job in Talktown for disgraced judges, right? So if you're a judge and you've been on the take or you did some shit, they take your fucking license, but you can be a social judge. So you can't do crimes.
Oh, I love this.
But we have social judges who can walk around and be
Right.
like, no, we're not doing that. And they could bring it to the supreme social judge, like, no more, because here's the thing. I say something here, you two gang up on me. You're not judges. You're not qualified. You're both wrong about whatever thing that I think is better.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the thing is.
So it's just somebody to side with you in an argument.
Someone who has credentials.
Oh, sure.
Someone who
A pedigreed person,
yes,
too.
a person
Side
who's
with
like,
you.
I can actually discuss this thing you're saying and why this is better for society or not.
How will we summon them to scenario? Like, because it's like, if you're just walking around and see something as a judge and you intervene, terrific. But in a scenario like this, where let's say we were ganging up on you about something
yeah.
that you were right about, how would we get one here?
I think you pay a monthly fee and they'll FaceTime in when you need them.
Okay.
Or text back within 24 hours.
That's great.
And you can hire them for extra money at parties.
That's great.
Well, that's great. Everybody should have a party fee.
They do have one.
Oh.
Everyone should have a party fee.
Everyone has a party
Every
fee
job-
for whatever you do.
Whatever you do, there's a party fee.
You're a lifeguard, there's a party
There's
fee.
a party fee.
You're a doctor, party fee.
Optometrist,
man.
let's get party glasses.
It's like bringing ice to a party.
Yes.
You're like, who paid the social judge? Like,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's like having music. It's all of those things.
Yes.
That's yes. Everything is available for a party.
Yeah.
100%.
Great.
He's just the am I the asshole Reddit alive.
Yes.
Where he'll just be like, yeah, you're kind of a dick for that.
Right.
You're kind of a dick for that.
But my thing is, if you're paying him, then he's in your pockets. Isn't he going to side with you just because you're paying him?
No. I don't. I think I understand there, but they're gonna have to take an oath where it's like, if you want him because you want a social judge because you're fucking sick of your friends or whatever, right? But he's gonna take an oath that he'll always be honest because you don't want a dishonest social judge. This is what he got fired from being a real judge in the first place.
Right. Well, I'm like, I guess I could see one side of it being like, oh, I'm trying to earn back good favor by being impartial. Like I lost my real judge, but at least I will be good as a social judge. Or is it like, fuck it? I don't
I like the
Who
idea.
pays for refs in the NBA? Sorry.
The NBA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not the team.
No.
No.
All right.
No, Greg.
They gotta
Not
be like
one-
refs.
Huge problem.
One team doesn't bring the refs.
Well, I thought they just had to put the money
Like
up for
the
the
orange
refs.
slices at the games.
That would be so funny if one team's like, we got our ref, you got your ref. Let's see what happens.
No, but I mean, they'd
Okay.
be like, there's a ref fee.
That is fun for sports.
It is fun. It does add another element to it.
It would
Then all
slow
of a
things
sudden-
down.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It would be an impossible game to watch.
An NBA game would be 12 hours long. There'd be so many times.
How? If they pay for the refs?
Yeah, if each team paid for their own ref.
Well, they get this. Everyone gets paid the same, but I'm sure there's a fee. There's a fee that each like, hey, you're at Madison Square Garden. I got to pay the ref fee. Maybe the money goes to the NBA. I'm saying that we would have our own. It's like refs. You pay, but the refs they stay like, no, man, I'm a referee.
Yes.
You know.
I like that, and I like what you're saying too about how these judges that have been kicked out of, being judges for being
Our
on the
court
take,
system.
being crooked, just like you said.
Yeah.
Now have to work their way. If they can do enough social judgments correctly, they're reputable again.
Yes.
They can be judges again.
Yes. Okay. that system, like a punch card system,
Some kind of punch card system.
like a coffee shop.
And to add to that, I would
10th
say
judgment is free.
pre-judges can also. So it's like judges in their rotation.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
you're
like
young
that.
judges, you're not really on the stand yet. All right, you could do a couple parties.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, let's see how you get through this.
So it's kind
How
of
you
like
handle a few car accidents that are under $1,000.
Yeah. No one's hurt. It's light damages.
Yeah.
So you rightly knock out a couple hit and runs. You'll be back on the court in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if this place asking too much for a tip at the cashier register. You go handle that. 25% to start. That's crazy. Tell them what's up.
You're gonna have these social judges that are just like, the minute it happens, they're gonna be itching to get back, so they're gonna be judging everything. They're gonna be offering their services at all these pro bono rates to get back in the game.
Super available. Party discounts.
Nothing more fun than the judge who has just had his judge gown taken away from him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just going up to people with their business card, like, need a judge?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yes.
What kind of gown do they wear?
A social judge?
Yeah, social judge.
Well, what's everyone wearing in the proper court system?
Did we discuss this?
I've always said this. I like the gowns, and I've always said the importance of your judgmanship. It's the length of the gown. So however long you've been a judge, your gown gets longer. Like the rings of a tree.
I like what you're saying. Can I add an addendum?
Please.
Each court, I want 2 judges. One is mommy, one is daddy. They can be both men, they can be both women, but one has to represent mommy and one has to represent daddy. They have to wear the outfits, right? Because I like to have those old timey, like the old
outfits.
Yeah, like a dress, like a mommy's dress or a daddy's pants,
Daddy,
And anyone.
what are you saying? What's a mommy dress and
I don't know,
daddy
like a
pants?
sundress or something.
They have to wear the
judges-
outfits, the mommy dress and the daddy pants.
I've never heard you say these words before.
I've never heard anyone say these words together before.
No, a mommy dress
Daddy?
and daddy pants.
Yeah.
Never heard this before, man.
This is your addendum to the longer you've been a judge, the longer your robe gets.
Yeah, you get a longer
And
mommy dress. But
What's
there's more
a
to this.
mommy dress?
You wear a dress like a mommy would wear.
What is that?
No?
You got
Google mommy.
What are you talking about?
Hey Siri, Google image mommy. I bet you it's exactly what I'm talking about. Hey Siri, Google image mommy.
I cannot imagine
Hey
what's
Siri,
going to come
Google
up.
mommy.
I've never heard in popular language the term mommy dress and daddy pants.
That's what it is, man. You get
Except
it?
from a child, of course.
Yeah, maybe.
Man,
Even they, I
this
think,
is
have
awesome,
a
dude.
firmer grasp of what's happening clothing-wise with moms and dads.
Google daddy pants. It's
pants.
not going
They're just pants. They're just pants. And just a dress.
All right, so what are you thinking?
So they all
Why? Why? I guess is my question.
Yeah, so like when you look at these old judges, they have like those old wigs.
Right. Yeah.
Everything comes from an older time.
Right.
But for me, an older time is when I was a kid and who the judges were with my mom and dad. So the judges on court would be a mom and a dad, but they're like society's mom and dad.
Yeah, man.
So it's all based on.
I get it.
And they represent, it's like
That's
they
hilarious.
have 2 judges and they represent mommy and daddy and they wear mommy and daddy outfits and those are the judges. You get 2, not just one shitty judge, because sometimes mommy's having a bad day. She needs her wine, So then daddy's like, I'm going to do most of the work on this case. But sometimes that guy's trying to hit people and mommy's got to calm him down. 2 judges is better than 1 judge.
It's just so funny that these people who have worked their way through college, through graduate school, who law school, are just like, and finally, I'm a mommy judge.
Yeah. Do you think it's not
I've
the same
earned
thing?
my daddy pants.
Is that the same thing with these stupid wigs they put on?
No, you're
No.
not.
The exact same thing.
Yeah, no, this is hilarious. I'm not fighting you in any way on this, Craig. It's very, very funny.
I'm just
and your
like-
logic getting there is very, very funny.
I get it.
It's like representatives of justice. Of the mommy and the daddy.
Because when you're
They're
a
even.
child, and this is genderless. What Greg has said is genderless.
You could have 2 men be both mommy and it doesn't matter.
Of course.
And you kind of want to lean in. That's like, I want to be a mommy judge. Like, I don't know what that difference in the schooling would be.
Well, I guess
Or it's a
I'm
preference.
well, you're always
curious
staring something.
if it's you have a rolling pin.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it's like, are they uniformly like if you're a mommy judge, like does that mean something about the way you are a judge?
I
or
think-
is it more just like there are 2 and this is how we're separating them?
So I mean, we'll feel it out, right? Because I just thought of this just now.
Yeah, I could tell.
I will say that I think that stereotypically the mommy judge is going to be more softer, more emotional, like more whining. No, just kidding. More like she'll be the more empathetic one, and the daddy one is more the law and order one, and that's because that's what you need.
He has a belt in his hand.
You need, you need the kind of tough one and you need the kind of soft one, and then they come together and they whatever they agree on is usually going to be the better thing. So I think the mommy judge is be more of a motherly type, but you don't have to be. I mean, it could be a guy. You could be like, hey, I would be a mommy judge. You know.
Are you going to
I'd
wear
be
a mommy dress?
Huh? I would wear a mommy dress. They can have Uncle Judge. Uncle Judge shows up. That guy has been drinking.
Uncle Judge.
Uncle
Tank
Judge
top.
lets everything go.
Y'all sell cigarettes here?
Uncle Judge, you getting away with everything.
I don't know what she's saying, but she's a fucking liar, Your Honor. They're like, sir, you're a judge.
Yeah.
What? Cool.
Uncle Judge just doesn't show up. He just forgot again.
Yeah, I forgot.
There's so many mistrials.
Sorry, there's a new slide at the water park, and I had to go.
Let me just buy you things. Let me just buy the defendant a bunch of toys. I don't need to see him. I'll just let him open up my Amazon. He can have whatever he wants.
Take my credit card.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah. Come on, I'm cool. So the idea there was, and then so your dresses would be longer. I remember why we were talking about social justices.
Libby was like, "What did somebody asked what judges wear?"
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I also think for night, and I think this is kind of a cool idea.
And then we also have a smaller claims court where there are judges, and
Celebrity
I
judges.
think they're in just club wear.
Yeah, and celebrity
Of
judges.
course.
They're celebrities.
Oh, they're celebrities. That's right. I
They're
forgot.
celebrity judges.
And I also think for nighttime cases,
Oh, I like it. Neon.
I think those judges could be blankets, the robes.
Oh, like a comforter.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, everyone gets to act like it's at nighttime.
Yes. Yes.
Everyone's
if
in
the
their
sun is down,
pajamas.
everything could be a bed.
Yeah, you know
Lawyers are pajamas.
Yeah. You know when you would have in high school, you would have like a pancake breakfast, but
Yeah.
they would do it at night, and everyone would show
Oh,
up in
yeah.
their jammies.
Volleyball nighter.
If you're doing nighttime cases, nighttime wear.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess. Everyone get in their pajamas. We'll be back in 5. It looks like we're going all night on this one.
Yeah, the bailiff just has a silver tray of cookies.
Yes, cookies.
I'd like to bring the
Tea.
witness.
It's a little looser too. You're not using all the lawyer technical words.
Everything's a little quieter.
Yeah.
A little quieter. Yeah,
Just like a little softer.
a little quieter, a little softer. Exactly.
I'd like to bring the forensic coroner, and he just comes in with a candle and with those big old
Yes.
hats. He's half asleep. He's like,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't know.
a
I'll
Peter
take
Pan
that."
trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I like that. Yeah. Everything
be
at night.
cool.
Yeah. What kind of cases are getting tried at night? Are they different? Is it just like that's what's on the schedule, or are there cases that are night cases? Or is that crimes that happen at night?
when it happens-
Nighttime crimes.
Yep, nighttime crimes.
If it happened at night, it's tried at night. 100% that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you don't want to disrupt people's schedules. Everyone was awake that night. And we're gonna make them wake up.
Yeah,
in the
clearly
morning
this
for
is
it.
when you guys do stuff.
Yeah, you were all awake. Look, gonna make you get here at 9 a.m. You were out drinking at 3 last night. I know that from the case.
Yes.
Nighttime cases for nighttime.
No
people.
notes.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
Why not?
No fat on that one, man. That bird is done.
In a weird way, it does make sense.
It does, man.
No, I like that.
Yeah. Daytime courts, though, the thing would be they would a different clientele. It's all old women, all HOAs. You know, old women are up early.
Yeah.
Yeah, night courts are going
A
to
lot of old women slip and falls.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the balls. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, did I tell you about the one? I don't know if I told you on the podcast. Were you not? Did I tell you about the one with my kids? No, never mind. But I told him he was itchy. Never mind. No, because what's he saying? I'm stuck somewhere.
He'll be on the second episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Lex, where are we at in time on this one?
Oh,
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one,
that's
Court
great.
Crew one.
it'll be like 10 or 15 minutes later, and that works.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have anything?
I did. So, all right.
Because I do want to talk about boat stuff, but we'll do that next. With,
Okay, yeah, let's-
Casey.
So we talked about in the beginning of this. We were in Buffalo for the weekend. So we stayed in Buffalo in Elmwood Village. There are all these like very old, like big colonial. They all look like haunted houses
Yeah.
from movies. So one night, and if you're in one of those places, I think because anytime any media that you've consumed, that house is always haunted, and I'm already pretty prone to that stuff.
Yeah.
You're
So-
prone to ghosts?
I'm prone to ghosts.
Oh, all right.
I'm prone to ghosts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's why I can't watch.
Never
scary-
seen one here.
What's that?
Never seen one here.
Oh yeah, they don't have podcast studios.
They're not real.
They should.
New ghosts. New ghosts.
New ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're 9/11 victims.
Sure.
You're millennial
Christ.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark, but it's true. It's on the boards.
I'm not going to riff on you for 9/11. I like a 9/11 joke. I say, bring it here.
But so there's one night. So it's in my subconscious. So I'm having nightmares, right?
Yeah.
But then it's one night.
100%.
I wake up to pee. I go to bed probably midnight. I wake up to pee at like 3 or 4, right? So I go to the bathroom, and then when I leave the bath, I had noticed prior that my electronic toothbrush needed a new battery. It just wasn't working. So I was like, all right, get a new battery. When I go to the bathroom to pee, I walk out of the bathroom, the toothbrush just turns on. And
Ooh, hygienic ghost.
What's up?
Hygienic ghost.
Yeah,
Just
probably a dental assistant from the 1700s that died.
Ooh, if I could only feel those brushes against my teeth again, I'd feel alive.
Well, I would imagine if they're a ghost, they didn't have that technology. Then they're probably a little curious about
Yeah,
it.
probably.
Also,
try
like,
it.
I would say that, like, dentists of yore, like older dentists, scary folk.
Yeah.
Because dental work, I mean, it's scary now. So whatever it was hundreds of years ago, if they even did it, was clearly torture.
Of course, or they were just like, they just had a cabinet full of oranges.
Yeah.
And they were like, bite down on these. And we think that'll work.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
punch you in the head, and that'll get all the teeth fixed. It's like, what?
Everything then was a theory.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
was then like,
Yeah.
I don't know, we haven't seen, maybe.
Yeah,
Menace-
this happened once, and therefore that is science.
Yeah.
Doctors then were the three of us now.
Yes.
That they're the same level of medical intellect and theorizing.
100%. Less.
Less.
Yeah, I mean,
Less.
they
Certainly less than Greg.
Just trying to get back on my good side.
I am on your good side. I'm over
Yeah.
here on the left.
And then this was the other thing. So the house was, it was a long kind of shock. It wasn't really a shotgun house, but it was a long house. So it was separated. The living room was separated from the bedrooms by a door, and I would shut that door because I didn't want to look down that long hallway. Any minimizing of where a ghost could be, I'm trying to do.
Yeah, Right.
So I'm cutting
100%.
off quarters. I'm trying to. So I shut that door, and then when I leave the bathroom, I hear that door open up. So I run back to the bedroom, freaked out. Don't look
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
That's what I used to do as a kid because I lived in the basement and I was terrified of ghosts. I used to when I would get really scared, I would turn on them and I would go, face me, face me right now. You don't have it in you. Face me. But
They ever do it?
And no, they never did it. Cowards. That's why they're dead.
Yeah.
And I'll never die.
Yeah,
Bravery.
yeah. Right.
So I go to the bedroom and I'm pretty sure this place is haunted, right?
Sure.
And I don't know. There should be a directory. We didn't know it was haunted going in. I don't know.
Oh, there should be a ghost, a
There
haunted
should
house
be
directory.
a haunted directory. In the same way, we've already talked about this, but there's a directory for some people in the neighborhood
Yes.
who are doing certain things.
You can
What do you mean?
say
No. We won't.
Jews? Is that what you said?
That's what he said? So that seems, he's doing something racist.
No. He's trying not to get the pedophile thing going again, but there are sex offender registries.
Oh, right.
Exactly. There should be a haunted house registry,
Yeah.
especially for Airbnbs, where
Oh,
you're just
100%.
like, hey, man, I'm paying top dollar for this, and all of a sudden this place is haunted.
Right. Well, here's why they
Just
don't
get
do
the price
that.
knocked off a little bit.
This might be my pretentiousness, but the reason they don't really do it is because most of them are adults, and adults know that the ghosts aren't real. So if you're looking for a
I
children's
don't
app,
see you're talking about people who've lost their whimsy. Maybe phrase it that way.
they've lost their whimsy.
Yes.
And they don't believe in the
Yes.
the magic anymore.
Yeah. People that have lost their way. They forgot what it was like to be a child.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Wait.
mean,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I just have a little haunted story but if you have a thing to say that first.
No,
Now
it's
Bill
like
Maher
it's
wants
a-
to get up on his high horse again. He wants to be 10 feet above us on his Clydesdale.
I'm still sensitive about Bill Maher.
Sensitive.
Let's not. He sucks now.
Yeah, he does.
And
But he was telling us that the whole time.
Yeah.
That's on us, man.
no, he's always been a dick. But he would say things that I agree with, like religion wise,
Sure.
but like the atheist stuff, right? Like and like I do like guys shitting on our team because we got to make our team better and stronger. But then he went off, and now I'm like, what the fuck off, man? You rode the edge, you fell off.
Yeah, he sucked the whole time, but
He's a shit on Marvel
even
movies,
like
and I
I
accepted
mean,
it.
Yeah.
Man, wow,
Whoa,
Greg.
Wow.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
really
like-
were in the pocket.
Yeah, like I'm like, all right, look, man, we don't agree, and I'm okay with that. With a lot of people, it's like, we don't agree, but
You're okay with
doing your
Bill
job.
Maher, a Islamophobic, misogynist asshole, not agreeing with you on Marvel, but you have to kidnap me to make me watch Star Wars.
Yes,
You won't
because you're my
accept that I
friend.
haven't seen it.
because you're my friend.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with Bill Maher.
True.
I wanna
Okay.
talk to
Actually,
Bill
that
Maher
all
about
makes
Star
sense.
Wars.
Yeah,
That
man.
makes sense now.
This adds up. He loves you, so he wants you
Forced
to love the
time,
thing
yes.
that he loves, so you can share that.
So I can show you the
He
thing.
give a fuck if Bill Maher likes Iron
Marvel.
Man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't care.
I get it now.
Man,
I got it.
He's a TV friend.
Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah,
There's a screen dividing us.
Yeah, man. Bill Maher's not coming to my wedding
yeah,
because I like politically incorrect 14 years ago.
yeah. But anyway, your ghost registry.
Please.
Did you have something? Did I cut you off?
No, go for it.
No, I got nothing. I'm just saying.
Greg's
it's
out on this
silly.
one because of a fundamental disbelief.
Yeah.
Cannot be riffed upon.
I cannot riff on
I
something.
think a registry of where a haunted thing has happened, like whether you
believe
Okay,
it
I
or
could get on
not.
this.
like where it's
People
like,
murdered
hey,
her.
I stayed here, or like, okay, yeah, definitely for if people were murdered there, that should be like public record.
Yeah.
But like if you stay at an Airbnb and it's like, hey, the toothbrush turned on, this door's opening and closing, I think this place is haunted. Whether you believe in ghosts or
Sure.
not, that should be recorded and noted for everybody. And if you are someone who is a little scared of ghosts,
Right.
even though I know they're not real,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm still scared of everything.
Sure.
Then I know not to stay there. But if somebody who's like, come at me, ghosts, then they're like, I will stay there.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And then you're like, we're getting it for a little cheaper. Because a lot of
Because-
people are afraid of these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you just get enough of those stories. If you get one story, you're like,
It's
all right,
like-
man, like get another battery
Yeah.
for your toothbrush.
Yeah.
But if you get 10 of those stories, you go, all right, I got to knock off $20.
I'd even say 3.
3. All right, I'm fine with 3. Great.
$3.
As like a, there's just,
$3 is not enough.
$1 a story.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
But
sure,
like,
man.
I do feel like it would, that would be good if we were just marking like, hey, haunted stuff's happening here. Decide to go there if you want.
Right, because the place looked great, and it was an awesome stay. And it as advertised, all this stuff. But I would have loved to know if they were just like, hey man, and if you're a little, we've had some weird stories about this
Some
place.
spooky going on in this town.
There might be some spooky. If
Yeah.
you believe in that stuff, honestly, we think the door just needs new hinges, whatever. Like, but there are elements of spookiness, and it already looks like a place from The Conjuring. If you don't, this might happen if you stay here. Just understand that.
Look, the beds are soft, the jacuzzi is warm, but when you flush the toilet, it sounds like a baby screaming. You just understand that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I swear,
Yeah.
just understand that's what's going to happen.
Exactly. Like this place was built on a marshland, so when you run the water is a little bit brown. If it's late at night and you've taken an edible, it might look a little bit like dark blood. It's not,
Yes.
but it might.
But that's all important information to have.
Also informs me of what I might watch that evening.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's a Seinfeld night.
That's
Yeah.
That's a 30 Rock night.
Yeah.
That is not like, ooh, is this movie a thriller even?
Right.
And like, I don't watch horror movies. So like I go up to the line, like Silence of the Lambs is where we cut off.
Yeah.
exactly.
If you wake up at 3 a.m, if you set your alarm for 6 a.m. and the sun's not up, just be okay. You're in a darkness loop. It's going to be about 4 days. Just stay in your bed, watch some TV. The nightmare will be over soon. It's just a darkness loop. Wait till the dark clouds
You'll get
blow
out
over.
of it. You'll be different. But
Yeah. Just don't go wandering around. They'll it figures itself out.
Or like, or maybe have stuff there that's ghost friendly for them.
Like,
if you believe
for the ghosts?
For the ghosts. So that you go, all right, if they do show up, they got some stuff to play with. They're
Well,
not
like some
bothering
skin.
me.
So jump in this skin. It's fake silicone
No,
skin.
man, like extra light switches. Ghosts love
right,
doing
yeah,
light
yeah.
where would
switches.
somebody get
Some
fake
dummy light
silicone
switches.
skin?
Yeah, from a porn place.
Yeah, or some lot near where Greg lives.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
If you could get a jackhammer and go into the concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghosts are a lot like cats. They love to play with like the blinds, light switches.
Well-
give them some stuff to play around with that's not bothering you. Give them a ghost room.
Right.
Oh, a ghost room of just like kind of like a plastic cup of water that could get knocked over, but not a glass.
You should open up Pro Tools and be like, you want to bang all this shit? At least make some beats. You know, we got a drum
Honestly,
set.
this is owning a cat.
Yeah.
This is just owning a cat.
Yeah.
So I want to say this, and this is a thing that I used to do as a bit, but then I think someone else did the bit, so I stopped doing it. But I don't know who it was, so I'm just going to repeat it. You know,
Sure.
They
it's
probably
what
don't
I
do
think.
comedy anymore.
Greg
Yeah.
just does a Chris Rock bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think this guy's still around.
What used to get
OJ.
what used to get me mad about ghosts was that, like, in the movies, they're always like, my key is missing. Someone's in the house.
Right.
But my keys are always missing. My whole life, you would think I'm losing everything constantly. There's always crazy noises. It's probably a million ghosts being like, hey, we're trying to show you we're here. But I'm just like yelling at my wife, honey, what the fuck did you do with the car keys?
Yeah, they're meeting up. Like, are you haunting Greg?
Yeah.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, we're trying our best out here. We're sending our best guys.
I literally showed up as an apparition and he went, I guess I'm just high, and then went back to bed.
Yeah. And he's like, he looked me in the eyes. And he went, go to bed, Greg. This is all in your head. I tapped him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I said, my name is Clyde.
Yeah. I hate ghosts. I don't believe in them because it'd be too many.
Well, yeah, that's. And like unfinished business, like I have a hard time believing anybody dies being like,
Wrapped it all up.
good, got it.
Let me just close the loop on
Like
this.
there's always one thing,
Yeah.
right? So it's like if unfinished business is what creates a ghost, then everybody who has ever lived will be a ghost.
Right.
Yeah, but how many people do you know that like can harbor a grudge, and then there are other people that just let things go? So I think, you know, a lot of
I
them.
guess defining unfinished business.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the-
So a lot of them you go like, yeah, I am mad about that thing, but I'm dead, and you know, I'm up here, wherever I am. It's fine now. I'm not a part of that anymore. I'm over here now. And other people go, no, I still gotta fuck. It's like the guy who goes back. It's like Greg going back into the store to be like, I can't let this go.
Yeah.
I know.
You want
It's like I'm going to be a ghost.
to? Greg will be a ghost.
Yes,
I-
but that would
we
be
might not be.
awesome. No, I won't be a ghost. But you'd be a great ghost.
Well, here's the thing. What sucks is it like now I gotta wait because I'm mad at tipping this Dunkin' Donuts guy when he fucked my coffee up.
Right.
I gotta haunt the Dunkin' Donuts, or can I be in the house and be like, "Hey, Larry, I'm living with you, but you want to come with me to Dunkin' Donuts?" Because I gotta freak that guy out a few more times.
I hope ghosts are evolving the way we are.
Yes.
And they're getting smarter, and they're being like, nothing against you, but if you could give me a ride.
Yeah, it's like a chaperone situation, like a buddy. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to haunt the location and the person, but you can haunt somebody who will do your justice.
Yeah,
Right.
like I'll haunt a person who I like's house, and then when I want to get my revenge, we just go together. Like leave the door open.
We
Right.
need a word for ghosts who would be good. Like if you were
Good
like
ghosts?
instead of like
A goose.
instead of haunting, like what are you doing? You're hanging? Like
Yeah.
like I like if you like came
A
back
haunt and hang.
a haunted
Love
hang.
that.
Yeah, like if you came back and were like, I'm here. You want to go like fuck some shit up in Dunkin' Donuts? I'd be like, this rules.
It's so funny. They have errands.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, can we stop here? A guy once, you know, he charged me too much over here.
Yeah.
And then can we go over there? You know? Like,
Yeah, this employee at the Real was rude to me. Can we go be a bitch?
Yeah. And he's like, and I think if we hit up all those spots, I might be out of your hair.
Yeah, right.
be
So,
Right.
yeah.
Think about how
To
we'll have
heaven
this
I
out in
go.
an afternoon.
Yeah. And then I'm gone forever. Your kids want to say goodbye to me or anything like that?
Yeah. Or I'll just kind of disappear into the ether. Whatever.
Here's the thing, though, right? Because these ghosts, I don't know how to bring this up softly, but like sometimes these ghosts are a little
Come in hard.
sexual harassing. You know, like
Sure.
they look at you and
Are
you get
they?
changed. They try to.
They're
I think
around.
in Ghostbusters. I think
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd got a hand job. I think, but you can't cancel a ghost. You can't be like, "Yo, this ghost sexually harassed me." He's like, "I don't follow human laws."
Another registry.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to have a ghost.
You got to
registry.
Ouija board it.
Yeah, yeah. How do you handle a fucking pervy ghost?
You got to go to a priest.
A pervy priest.
Yeah,
Priests are pretty
you
pervy.
gotta go. You guys talk. You got anyone, a psychic medium, anybody who's in touch with that world. You got to go to them and go. I hate to be a snitch, but
Right.
this is happening. If you talk to the other guys in there, let them know this is going on, and you know, yeah, maybe a ghost HR department, sort of what you
Yeah,
alluded
there
to.
should be
Lud.
some kind of tribunal to be like, hey, you don't get to bother women anymore or something. You know?
Yeah.
What's wild is that there's just mediums walking around being like, I talk to ghosts.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You just talk to ghosts? And you got to bring that up? Like, you think saying I'm a comedian at a dinner table is
Yeah,
weird?
right.
Imagine being like, hey, the
confidence.
I don't want to get into it. I do shows. Oh, what kind of shows? I talk to people's dead relatives and try to make them feel okay.
Yeah. I'm
Are
in
you
contact
really
with the
doing that?
afterworld.
Right.
No.
Right. What fucking
Have you
bullshit?
ever met someone who is that?
I flipped on one.
You what?
I had to open for one, and I lost my mind on her, and she had me thrown out of the green room.
So you were at a show where you got up and did your comedy, and then the headliner
Was a
woman medium.
Was a woman medium who, as she's talking about people's dead relatives, a girl stands up and screams, "Is my sister okay? Is my sister crying?" And she was like, "Look, I just want everyone to know everyone is okay. Everyone's always okay all the time." Like it spooked her a little bit, but I was like, "You fucking did this, you fucking
Right, you're
asshole."
making money off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's predatory.
Then she came back into the green room, and I was like, I just kind of lost it.
Where
I
was
like, what the
this?
fuck? Levity Live.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That was I remember watching like an episode or two of Long Island Medium, and that was like the hilarious part. It was tragic, but the hilarious part about it is like she would just be in the grocery store, and like there, it's fucked up. There would just be a person just like holding fruit up to a light to be like, and then she would just come by and be like, "He still loves you."
No, I'd punch that person in the fucking neck.
Man, let them buy a tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's like, why aren't they doing Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny? Why is the magic stop there? Will they talk to ghosts, which
I
are
see.
made up?
Yeah.
Why don't you do Santa?
Right. Yeah. Get in touch with him.
This is something I'm honestly dealing with right now, and it's not very funny.
It's a big get.
Sorry,
You can't just get to Santa Claus. He's got other ghost people in the way. That's like he's busy right now.
Yeah, I'm going through it for real with Calvin because I don't want to do Santa. Because I know.
On, man.
Look, I get the idea of like, it's
They're
fun,
so young,
right? But this idea of like lying to my kid has really been bothering me. Of like, I'm doing this entire lie of like, there's a man who comes. There's all this bullshit
for his joy and for his feeling connected to the other kids that celebrate Christmas.
Sure. But one day I'm going to have to tell him it's not real. It's going to break his heart. Or he'll be the guy who learns
Let
first.
a Jewish kid do that.
Yeah, well, it's going to be. Yeah.
That's
As
the
a Jewish
job.
person.
That's the job of a Jewish kid.
Yeah.
And that's where the hate starts early.
It is.
That's where
The
the backlash starts.
Yeah.
really starts in elementary school.
It's a deep-seated hatred.
It's just weird to consciously lie to your kid.
Yeah, I could see.
weird.
Like I can see where that would get tricky.
I think it is tricky. I do think it is like, hey man, but it is such a, I don't know, man. It's kind of a beautiful thing that we've created as humanity. Like I think it's worth the lie. I mean,
And I don't
have
think it's
a kid.
a hard
I don't
sell because all of his friends are also hearing that this is
No, but
happening, and it's like, wouldn't you want to believe that there's a guy that shows up overnight and brings your whole family Christmas presents? Like, I feel like it's like an easy buy-in.
But I told him to his face, I'm like, I will never lie to you. And then I'm like, except about two things, Easter Bunny and Santa. But that's it. Everything else, I'm not going to lie to you. Because it's like, you're fucking, you're lying to these kids.
for sure.
He'll grow up and be like, I'm okay with the fact that my dad told me Santa Claus exists.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm okay with the fact that he allowed me to believe there's magic in the world
Yeah.
for some time. And then like, I kind of was like, all right, that magic doesn't exist. But I think it's nice to live in that bubble because you don't live in that bubble for if everything
Most of
goes
life.
right, most of life is not living there. So be at the movies for 8 years or whatever it is,
Well, I want to do the same thing with Jesus. Because when I was young and believed in Jesus and God, man, things were great. Things were easy. It was like, I die, you go to heaven. I'm like, wait, no, they're all up there. This is all great. But then when he's 18, I'm like, sit down, we got to have a talk.
Right.
Santa, Easter Bunny, Jesus. None of them are real.
Yeah, I just maybe the stakes of
Jesus are a little
so high.
because that's like, so for eternity, I'm either in like the greatest place on earth, like that could ever be imagined, or torture, infinite torture, versus just like, oh my god, I got a fire truck. This fucking rules.
Yeah,
I think those are different stakes.
heaven.
Well, I wouldn't do hell.
The concept of heaven, it is, or just afterlife is so crazy to be like, yeah, man, you go to this like infinite kingdom, endless torture, or you're just like right down the street.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Buried with a bunch of people. A bunch of people you don't know. All right, that's that.
That's it, right?
That's
For
it.
one, we're good. Time?
When does this one come out, Lex?
Oh, perfect. next week.
But guys,
Okay.
check out the Patreon, patreon.com/welcome to Talktown. We got lots of fun little eps up there. We can only do this podcast with your support.
Yes.
So please jump on board, support, share, tell your friends. I feel like Allison has something to say.
And feel free to buy an ad. We haven't had an ad in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we had one last week. But if you want to buy an ad, $20, Venmo, I guess Anthony, figure out how to
Yep.
do that.
Yeah. The way people do it is they Venmo Anthony and then text me and make it wildly confusing.
Yeah, the system is, flawed, but we'll say whatever you want. So just
shoot us
pay
an
us
email.
$20 to say whatever you want. That's the system we've got.
And $100, come on the podcast
Yep.
for as long as you want.
Yep.
We say there's a 10-minute limit.
There is a 10-minute limit.
But if we're having fun,
But
If we're having
having
fun, we're
fun.
going to keep going. If
But
you're
if
not,
we
if you're not
don't-
doing well, we'll wrap it right up at 9:50.
But we won't tell you that. We'll just say some other reason, like, "Oh, this is so great."
no,
But-
Alex is off to the side with his thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah, yeah.
When we hit the 10-minute mark, he tells us.
Yeah. So, all right.
May 9th, this Friday.
Oh yeah.
My special. If you are in the New York area, come to this goddamn thing at the Gutter.
Hang out with me in the beginning.
Hang
Yeah.
out with Greg.
We're gonna be there.
outside of the building, far away from the building. He will be at an unmarked location down the
We're doing
street
a pre-hang, and then we're all going to show together.
Yeah.
Come with Greg for a free hang and post hang.
Yes.
That posting.
Pre and post.
And if you know of anyone, please, for the love of God, that is not a hot, young, rich, unfeeling person,
Yeah.
tell them to come to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll
And
May
Lively will be
9th.
there doing stand-up. Greg, once again, he will be there for the pre and post hang.
yeah, can't put me on the show.
Nope. Too powerful.
Too powerful.
We're gonna talk about this.
The
in
stage
next
would break.
episode.
Yeah.
This is a way this is like, what a way to fucking dick me over.
Greg's trying to get a free tape out of this thing.
Yeah.
I won't allow it to
Anyway,
happen.
we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Welcome to Talk.